Hey guys, today we'll be making an adorable tulle table skirt. What you will need, I have several rolls of 6-inch wide tulle. I'm using all white, but you can definitely change up the colors and you can alternate colors. Go with whatever color matches your color scheme. Elastic, again, I'm going with solid white elastic. You can go with like gold embellished, I've done that before, or whatever color you choose. A tape measure, scissors, or a rotary cutter. All right, let's get started. So first thing I did is start by cutting my tulle into 70-inch long pieces. And I got this measurement based on the height of my table. So in order to find out how long each piece of tulle needs to be, you're going to measure the height of your table with a tape measure and multiply it times 2. And then you're going to add an additional 2 inches to take into account for the tulle tying around the elastic. So here's an example. So say the height of your table is 34 inches. You're going to multiply that by 2, and that gives you 68 inches. Then we're going to add an additional 2 inches, which brings the total to 70 inches. So that's how I got my measurement. Again, if you want it longer, shorter, if you're using a really tall table, then just adjust accordingly. Based on the length of my table, I'm going to need 2 rolls of elastic. The way you can attach your rolls is you can layer one on top of the other, and I feel like the sturdiest way is to kind of hand stitch it together or even use a machine to sew the 2 pieces of elastic together to make one long piece of elastic. You can definitely glue it together. You can even tie it in a knot and just cover it with the tulle, whatever you prefer. But some type of way, the elastic needs to be tied together to make one long piece of elastic so that it all flows together well. So first thing you're going to do is take one piece of tulle, fold it in half, so match up the ends, and pull all the way to the top of the loop. And you're going to take your loop. Yep, just like that. So you're going to take your loop and place it in front of the elastic, about an inch or 2 above the elastic. Right here at this point, you can double up your tulle, make it even thicker, but I like to go with single pieces. So you're going to place it about an inch or so above your tulle, loop it around, and then pull the tulle through the bottom and give it a nice little tug. That gives you that cute little knot right there. I'm going to show you again. Take your 2 pieces, meet the ends, pull at the top of the loop, place the tulle behind the elastic, pull the bottom 2 pieces through, and give it a nice little tug. And there you can see the tulle is flat in the front and the knot is now at the back. 2 completely different options, 2 completely different looks. Both are gorgeous, so just go with whatever you prefer. This one has the knot and this one is pretty much knotless. I'm actually going to go with the knotless. So I'm going to have the knot on the inside of my tulle skirt, so it's not going to be visible. So I'm going to show you that method a few more times. Gather both ends of your tulle, tug it a few times at the top to find your loop, place it behind your elastic, and then pull the 2 ends through the loop. Give it a nice little tug, and then push it to your other tulle. As you add more pieces, it's going to get closer and closer together. There are little spaces there. That's okay. The more tulle you add, the easier it'll be to kind of keep it nice and tight. And also, the tighter you push it, the poofier the skirt is going to be. And don't forget, you can also double up the tulle pieces as you're adding them if you choose to do so. And I'm going with solid white, but you can definitely alternate colors at this point. If you have 2 colors, you can alternate every 2 pieces of tulle to alternate the colors, or if you want to mix it up, go with one color and the other, alternate every single piece of tulle, you can do that. They give you different looks and they all look gorgeous, or if you want to kind of color block it, you can do that. Just whatever you prefer. Just have fun with it and make it your own. And as you continue on, it will continue to make a nice poofy skirt. Again, if you decide to go with 2 pieces, then just layer the 2 pieces and then gather the ends and then continue on with the same steps. It'll just be a little bit thicker to work with, but nothing too crazy. And you're just going to repeat this step all the way across your elastic. Again, take into account for the stretch of the elastic. If you're going to have to stretch your elastic a little more than normal, then make sure you add in a little extra tulle to account for that. Or if your elastic isn't going to be stretched at all, make sure you account for that as well. And it's better to have a little more elastic than a little less than what you need, because if you have less, then you're going to end up overstretching, and that's going to kind of put gaps and spaces in your tulle skirt. But if you have extra elastic, you can always cut off the excess at the end or even tie it at the back together. The longer your table, the more tulle you will need. The amount of tulle and elastic you need is going to be determined by the length and height of your table, and also how poofy you want your skirt to be. So the table skirt can get kind of ruffled and wrinkled, so just finger through each section at a time and it'll look good as new. Or again, you can use a hand steamer and do the same thing. You can also add in a gorgeous garland across the top, or even some flowy flowers or flowers in between or throughout, or wherever you prefer. Just have fun with it and make it your own. Alright, so we are all done. It's so cute, simple, and easy to make. Modify the colors, the style, add in any additional embellishments you prefer.